What's going on, everybody? Sigourney Jackson here with another episode of Who Politics. Appreciate you for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date on everything that is Who Politics. And make sure that y'all comment below and try to let me know what y'all want to hear about. You know, let me know what y'all like, what y'all dislike. I'm really open to it, and I really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and start this off the right way. The ladies just got the bag. The WNBA just came out with a new CBA agreement that is going to make sure that players get paid way more than what they originally were supposed to get paid. They're going to get better travel accommodations as well as maternity and other situations like that. NBC reports under the new CBA, the league's top players will be able to earn cash compensation in excess of $500,000, representing a more than tripling of the maximum compensation under the prior deal. Other top players will have an opportunity to earn between $200,000 and $300,000. And for the first time in WNBA history, the average cash compensation for players will exceed six figures, averaging nearly $130,000, resulting in an increase for all players from rookies to veterans. That already is so huge, just the fact that players are going to be getting paid more. The average basketball player is going to actually be able to somewhat support themselves in their life by getting more money, and that's going to make it to where they may want to actually stay home and not always travel and go overseas and try to get their bag over there instead. So kudos to the WNBA for that to start off with. Minimum of $1.6 million in off-season league and team marketing agreements that both recognize top performance and highlight the diversity of the league. It would create up to $300,000 in additional annual cash compensation for select players. Minimum of $750,000 in prize money for special competitions beginning with the 2021 season. New 50-50 revenue sharing beginning with the 2021 season based on the league achieving revenue growth targets from broadcast agreements, marketing partnerships, and licensing deals. Increase in cash bonuses for performance awards such as for WNBA MVP and Rookie of the Year, and newly created cash bonuses such as for each player named to the WNBA All-Defensive First Team. In other words, the bag is being thrown everywhere. Players are going to actually be suiting up and playing a lot harder and a lot more aggressive and just locking in all together because they know that they can actually win a lot more money for their performances, which I think is great. I think it's super important that players actually get compensated for what it is that they're doing and not just throwing them pennies just because they feel like they're women or because their sport isn't entertaining or whatever type of crap that they want to come up with. I'm actually really interested to see what kind of competitions there's going to be in the 2021 season because the NBA actually talked about possibly doing the same thing. So the fact that the WNBA are all in and said we're going to actually have something different and there's going to be up to $750,000 in cash bonuses, I wonder if it's going to be like an in-season tournament or what, and if it is, what is going to be the stakes, who gets in, how do you decide who gets in, but ultimately more money for more players. That's what it's about. Good job, finally. And players who win the MVP as well as the Rookie of the Year are going to get paid more. The fact that I'm going to be able to make first team all defensive and actually get paid what I deserve, that's always nice too. I don't know why this hasn't been a thing because it's definitely a thing in the NBA. People maybe not know it, but they're getting paid for everything, and WNBA players should too. Even if it's not a lot, they should get something. So interested to see what that is, interested to actually get the exact number that they get for winning certain awards. So hopefully we'll see that this upcoming year. Quality of travel elements. Premium economy class status such as Comfort and Economy Plus for all players for regular season air travel. Individual hotel room accommodations for every player. A collaborative effort to address travel concerns through the Player Advisory Panel. In other words, the WNBA has been making sure that they travel trash. They've been making sure that players travel trash just so they can save as much money as possible. Players have been doubling up in hotel rooms, sleeping in airports because their flight is delayed, and no more of that. They're going to actually be able to play a game, be dog tired, get on a plane, be comfortable, not sit in the middle seat at 6'8", and actually go to their own room in their own bed and get a good night's rest so they can actually perform better the next night. So that's absolutely great. Like, it's great that they can actually travel like, wait for it, like real pros. Like, what is wrong with y'all? Like, this is, we're not gonna focus on the past. We're gonna focus on right now. Y'all are going to be getting taken care of a whole lot better. I'm happy for y'all. Motherhood and family planning elements. Players to receive full salary while on maternity leave. Shout out to Skylar Diggins. Before I keep reading, shout out to Skylar Diggins because you voiced your feelings and your concerns and you were heard. So I'm super happy about that, okay? Shout out to y'all. Players, women in general should be allowed to get their full salary when they are on maternity leave. They're having babies. It's kind of what women do. Men can't have them, so why are we telling them what they should get paid? Shut up. A new annual child care stipend of $5,000. 2-bedroom apartments for players with children. Well, now I can actually see my child. I can actually be with my child and not across the country because my room is too small for both of us. Thanks. Workplace accommodations that provide a comfortable, safe, and private place for nursing mothers. New progressive family planning benefits of up to a $60,000 reimbursement for veteran players for costs directly related to adoption, surrogacy, fertility, and infertility treatment. Thank you for being decent people. Thank you for being decent people and giving women what they deserve. Like, that's really, really, really cool. So, yeah. Super excited. I know I'm coming off really condescending, but I'm serious. Like, that's trash that they didn't have this before. I personally didn't even know that they didn't have that. But, you know, if you actually did your research, you would know this. There's a reason why women are actually out here saying that they deserve more. And it's not they are saying we need $44 million a year. They need the decent human being rights that all women should deserve. You should deserve to be able to have a child and still be able to make your money. You should be allowed to not have to get on a bus and travel across the country just to make it to a game. You're a pro. Treat these women like pros. There are other things that they also talk about that are going to be a part of the agreement deal, such as mental health, domestic violence, education and counseling, among other things. So it's really great about that. Oh, and also doctors that are specifically just for women. I don't know why you wouldn't have doctors that are specifically for women, but we're gonna just leave it alone. So they're getting a lot of great things. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited that we're treating these women like pros and we're treating them with some form of real respect. This is something they should have been had a long time ago, but it doesn't matter about the past at this point. We're getting it now, and that's all that matters. With that being said, I'm really excited and really interested to see how this all plays out, because the first question that comes to my mind is this. If players are able to get paid more, are you going to still keep the same amount of players on your roster? For example, if I have Brittany Griner and Diana Taurasi, and I have to pay both of them $500,000, so that's $1 million between the two of them. I still have to pay everybody else at least $100,000 to $130,000 as well. 10 other players. So in all, that's still coming around to close to $2 million. Do they have that in their budget? And if they don't, are they going to cut players? Are they going to say, all right, well, now we have to go down to 9 players on a team? Because there's no point in me having somebody who's not playing and still paying them $130K when I know we have to already pay big time superstars more money. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. I don't think that the pay increase for superstars in the WNBA is going to be a major thing, because I don't know if Diana Taurasi or Breanna Stewart or whoever is going to be willing to turn down millions of dollars that they're making overseas, where gyms are packed out every single night, just so they can stay home and make $500,000. I could understand if it was being out in China or Portugal and you're making $700,000 and the WNBA players are making $600,000. $100,000, I might be able to get that in the new prize money that I could win, MVP awards, so on and so forth. But $6 million, $5 million, $7 million, that's a lot of money to leave off of the table just so you can stay home. So I'm not sure how much that's going to play out, or if that's going to play a factor in the decisioning for a lot of the top-notch players. But I'm still happy because the average salary for everybody else is going to still be 6 figures. So even if they decide they don't want to go overseas, or they do go overseas, they know they got their bag and they can choose to go, opposed to knowing that they have to go overseas. So that's great for them. The next thing I think about is what happens to the Instagram baddies, because a lot of Instagram baddies or Instagram models who are former college basketball players, I understand them saying, I'm not going to the WNBA, I'm going to get on my Instagram and I'm going to be a model, or I'm going to be a brand ambassador, so on and so forth, because back then you were making way more money doing that than you were in the WNBA. And for some, they're still making way more money doing that than they are for these WNBA players. But do I possibly entertain the idea of saying I want to go and play professional basketball coming out of college now? Do some of these Instagram ambassadors, Instagram influencers, do they say, I'm going to hype up my Instagram and I'm going to brand myself and still go and try to get the bag and get $130,000 playing 30 games in a season? Season is still short. I can still brand myself on my Instagram for the other 8 months during the season. I can get both bags. So with there being a lot of those players who might possibly start looking into going to the WNBA, or just some of the cuties or whatever you want to call them who are coming out of college and going straight to the WNBA, I think that's going to increase viewership. That's going to increase the viewership, knowing that this gorgeous model who's all over Instagram is also getting 10, 15, 20 points in a game in the WNBA season. That's going to increase those viewerships, that's going to increase revenue, and that's going to bring a lot of men to the games. That's going to turn on a lot of TVs. So I think that this is a step in the right direction. I think that a lot of marketing has to still be changed within the WNBA, but they do have money that's supposed to go towards that. So we're going to sit back. We're going to see how all this plays out in the next couple of years. But kudos to the WNBA, kudos to the CBA, kudos to the players, because I know that deep down, y'all are the ones who fought for this. And if y'all didn't fight, nobody was going to fight for you. So I'm happy that y'all stood up. I'm happy that y'all voiced y'all opinions and y'all made y'all voice heard. And I'm glad that y'all didn't wither. I'm glad that y'all didn't back down. I'm glad that y'all stood up against all the ridicule, all of the Twitter and Instagram people who were coming at y'all, and y'all made a change. Y'all have increased y'all's level of pay. Y'all have increased y'all way of life. And you've increased the way of life for future basketball players that aren't even in this world yet. So that's all I got today. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this new CBA agreement. Tell me what y'all think about the WNBA. Tell me what you think about the Instagram baddies. Are they going to make a comeback into the WNBA now, or try to get into the WNBA? What happens to the landscape of basketball for women across the board here in America? That's all I got today. Guys, always control. Peace.